I love it. Love it.
Absolutely love it. Cut the shit. Bring him out. How we doing, chat? Jovan, how we doing?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Excited for a little better slate today than we've had the last couple days.
Yeah, you didn't like the slate yesterday, did you?
No, not one bit. I mean, honestly, like the early games kind of sucked as far as that goes, but I mean, I kind of sneak placed a couple entries, not many units. They weren't terrible last night, surprisingly. I guess a lot of it was kind of the Dodgers, but wasn't atrocious.
Okay. Sneak bets. They have a way higher success rate. We know this. You gotta
They
do what you
do.
gotta do sometimes. You do.
Yeah, and I mean we had our spaces yesterday that was the closest we had been to a 5 leg cash in a couple days now. So
Damn.
on an atrocious slate.
Well, let's get back to it today. Why
Yeah,
not us? Why not us?
why not?
I've got some Soto news that's not good.
Yeah, been hearing.
Or I guess it is good if we're trying to do what's best for the team. But okay, and I still kind of feel like shit, but we're out here. A 4-in-1 day yesterday cures all. So I pulled a 4-in-1 day out of my ass yesterday from the grave. Electric. Now we're on to today. Yesterday was fun and all, but it's done. We move on. It's Friday. Let's get it. It's the weekend. Let's have a day. Okay, so we offered Soto 450 mil. Over 30 years, 30 mil per year. And they came back and they said, we're not doing anything until we know the next owner. So I think the Nats are at the point now where what more can we do? What are we going to do? Offer him 800 mil? I don't think he's going to take it no matter what. I think we're done. I think Scott Boras is a piece of shit. And I think he's fucked the whole thing up. And whether Soto wanted to stay or not, I think the bridges are kind of burned at this point, and I think business is fully taken over. And I think Juan Soto probably plays on the Padres within a week.
Like.
That's what I'm picking up on. Because every time we inch a little closer and give a little more, they still tell us to fuck off. So I think we're probably done. We heard from Hector Gomez, who's been following this whole thing very, very accurately. He's the one guy I trust. He came out a couple weeks ago and said we were going to offer him one more time. And then that was it. Allegedly, we did that. They told us to fuck off. I think it's probably done. I think he probably gets moved. We'll see. Would be pretty weird if he gets moved to the Cardinals when we're playing them this weekend. I don't think that's going to happen. It sounded like it's going to be the Padres. We'll see. Who fucking knows? I just hope it works out for the squad down the line. We won't know until 5 years from now.
Yeah.
So, can I borrow that crystal ball? I know you got one.
Yeah, might have to let you borrow it for a second.
We know the Padres like to spend money these days. We know they like to spend money these days, whether for better or for worse. They go out, they spend money. Jake, I'm getting your hopes up, bro. I'm getting them up. We'll see what happens. I'll be at the park at some point this weekend once I'm feeling up for it, but we'll see. Not tonight to go see. I'm not going to see Anibal Sanchez pitch against Miles Mikolas. That's just not happening. That game's already over. The Cardinals already won.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Disgusting. Yeah, what's been going on with you? Your Rays, the Orioles, looks like they took, 3 or 4 from the Rays?
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit closer. I mean, it's still the Rays. It's still in the Rays' hands, but these Orioles, they're like a fucking annoying little bug that just won't go away.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's incredible.
Looking at how the Rays have looked the past series, I guess, and looking at what it's looking like today, that's the interesting part. I don't know if you've taken a look at that line.
Looks like Shane Bieber's an underdog to Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah, just a bit.
You riddle me that one. You rather have Jeffrey Springs than Shane Bieber's?
Yeah, probably not. I mean,
I shouldn't ask you. You're probably the one person I shouldn't ask that. Most normal people would say no.
I mean, I'm a normal person too. I'm not that biased, but I mean,
I'm hip.
The Guardians are atrocious versus left-handed teams. So I mean, plays into it a little bit, but line doesn't make sense. Not one bit.
Not one bit.
Not one bit.
The Rays scare me too, Tay Breeze. The Rays scare all of us. Nobody likes betting on your team, Jovan. Plain and simple.
Oh, no, I get it.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, though. But the Rays are not one of those teams. And I still sound like shit. I'm sorry. Like the Blue Jays last night. I took the Blue Jays -1.5 because for some reason it was Tigers Day yesterday. They were the trendy dog. Yeah. They were the fake sharp. I feel okay. I don't love taking -1.5 ever, but I feel better taking -1.5 when I got the Blue Jays offense behind me than the Rays. It's not rocket science, right?
I mean, yeah, I don't ever take the Rays run line. You will probably maybe I've taken it like once ever. Like I would never recommend taking a Rays run line. That's got to be up there. Like I know they're like the bottom 3. Even they might be the worst at this point team against the run line in their wins, but Rays -1.5 has got to be up there with the worst bets in baseball.
Yeah, it's just never a good play. They either win by 1 or lose.
Yeah, especially a day like today, total of 6.5. They ain't winning by 2.
I'm seeing 7 some places.
Well, yeah, I mean it opened like 6.5, like -120, 125. So I mean it's gonna hang around there. Juice 7, juice 6.5.
Shout out the Red Sox for coming through for the boy last night. I don't have any rush. I'm not in any rush to bet on that team again. They fucking stink. They're just not a good baseball team right now, plain and simple.
They're not fantastic.
They're banged. They're hurts. They're playing half their guys. They're making errors. It's gross.
Yeah,
it's gross.
I mean, it's tough to watch them. I just don't understand how they could flip the switch like that. And they're just atrocious. Like I know, like you said, they're playing AAA guys a lot of it, but this bad? Their defense is this bad? Like your major league players still.
Well, you can kind of tell when the mojo's off, when the chemistry's off with teams, right? I mean, I've been seeing it for the past couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
With my team, unfortunately. You can kind of tell when guys lose their confidence out there because baseball is that sport where if you get caught thinking, you're toast. If you get caught trying to think out there during a game instead of just making plays and letting your baseball body do its thing, you're toast. Whether you're at the plate, you're going to get struck out, or you're in the field, you're going to get exposed. Plain and simple. The Red Sox are out there overthinking it, and they're doing stupid shit. I've never seen a guy throw a ball into a dugout twice in the same game. We saw that the other night with the Red Sox. That had to be a first. That had to be a first. Mike don't love that play today. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about a guy who's playing without any confidence. This guy right here, Brian Bayo. Like he's just not good. I was laughing at the next Pedro talks that were coming up when he first came to start against the Rays and made his debut.
But I knew he was fucked.
Yeah, he is still pitching. He's behind an opener for 1 inning
today.
Yeah, which is why I'll still be on Christian Yelich.
Hey, an NFL legend just retired, Ryan Kerrigan.
Yeah,
respect. Ryan Kerrigan, you were one of the best commanders of all time. Well, you were never a commander, but you were one of the best Washington players. You played football in a Washington organization. I don't even know what to say at this point, of all time. Tip your hat, hard worker, leader of the team. Didn't like when you went to the Eagles, but you didn't really play anyways because you stunk. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. You're a commander at heart. Shout out Ryan Kerrigan. Beast. Yeah. So the Red Sox just woke up this morning and they said, we're just going to have Davis go for an inning and then we're going to bring in Bayo. Is it because they like Davis going up against the lefties?
I guess so.
Early? It's got to be, right? Yelich, Tellez. They'd rather him go to Tellez.
I would assume Tellez is going to be hitting cleanup. So, I mean, he could hit in the first inning, but.
Why am I seeing Tellez hitting third?
Is the lineup out already?
Projected.
I would assume with a lefty on the mound for the first inning, it would be Yelich, Adames, and McCutchen.
They would definitely move. Yeah, they would move McCutchen to third.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, somebody's probably going to get on base anyway, so he's going to face 2 lefties. I guess it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I think Yelich is going to get on base, which is the reason why I'm still sticking with it.
Against a lefty? You're not phased?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I think Austin Davis has significant walk issues, and Yelich has one of the higher walk rates in the league. So, I mean, not that I'm banking on a walk, but that's something nice to have on your side. He's also a reverse split guy, which helps too. But, I mean, I think the matchup with Brian Bayo that he's going to see for a majority of the game, I guess, it's too good to pass up.
Mm.
I mean, Tellez too.
That's fair. Dude, Rowdy's been quiet. Like, those are two opposites. Rowdy has been nobody's talking about him. He's been quiet, but he's raking this season. I feel like whenever I have a bet on or against the Brewers, he's finding a way to mess it up to get in the action. That dude hits bombs. You'd rather have him than Vogelback, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Tellez is a little more consistent, I would say.
Yeah, at least this year.
Yeah.
Bro, I love watching these big boys though running around. I mean, Vogelback running is hysterical. It's like his body is like frozen. Literally, like he's running, but his arms just don't move. They're just frozen.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, we got to see Kirk run on the bases yesterday too. It was great.
Kirk was making plays as he always does. He's out there making plays. He's out there scoring runs. He's a dog.
That's what he does.
That's what he does. He's the one consistent piece of that offense. Not Vladdy, not Bo. Fucking Kirk.
Yeah. How about it?
How about the Royals plus 1.5 yesterday?
Yeah, I mean,
that was a blast. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of luck was involved in that, but to be honest with you, shout out Brady Singer. He looks great right now.
Yeah,
he's looked great for the last month.
He really
has. He's got a sub-2 ERA the last month. He's dealing. Respect. Yeah. Brady Singer. I mean, we knew he was in here with he's not like the same as I wouldn't put him in the same category as the other young arms like Bubic and fucking I mean, not Greinke, but whoever else you want to incorporate in that young Royals rotation that makes your head hurt when you bet on them. Brady Singer's been making our heads hurt for a while with his play, but he was supposed to be good, and we've seen flashes, and sometimes he comes out of nowhere and pitches well for a month like he's doing right now. Yeah. Locked in. He had 10 strikeouts last night. Incredible.
Yeah, it's the truth. I mean, he's been pitching lights out. I think it's so funny every time I see Bubic pitch because, I mean, today is the first time in a while. Like, you look at his starts, like, everybody wants to fade the guy because he hasn't really had – he's not really that good. But, I mean, he's come up every single start and been in, like, the most favorable matchup possible. He always goes against teams that can't hit lefties.
Well, now he gets –
then he looks like Cy
Young. He gets the Yankees without Giancarlo, which is huge.
That is also huge, yeah. So, I mean, he's getting a little asterisk by it.
I think if Giancarlo could pick one starter to go up against, I think Bubic is probably on that short list.
Yeah, he probably is.
He might be the guy. He might be the one, to be honest with you. He struck out Gallo 3 times. Yeah, but you take that away, it's still 7 strikeouts against the Yanks, you know? He looked great. I mean, I watched the game for a little bit. I fell asleep, but the dude was pitching lights out. It was a rare, like, I know I was on the Royals against the Yankees, but I was never really worried in that game, which, almost never happens. It was awesome.
I mean, regardless of him striking out Gallo, whatever, 3 times, I mean, how many people have gone 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs against the Yanks this year?
He might be the only one. I mean, probably is the only one. Incredible. Bubic Harris. Yep. Beast. Yeah. Oh, man. Some NFL talk real quick. Might as well. We don't have any day games. We don't got shit to talk about. We need football here ASAP. Julio Jones going to your Bucs. Looks like he'll be the AJ Brown this year for the Buccaneers. What are we thinking here? Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be a head case? Is he going to be causing a scene? Are we going to get good play out of this guy? Have you heard anything? He says he's healthy, but who fucking knows?
I mean, he's looked healthy. I mean, I got a lot of friends, a lot of family that are going out to training camp. Looks fantastic. He's healthy. He's fast. He's going to end up being a really big leader for that wide receiver room, which is, I mean, I don't want to say it's something they don't need, but it's a big deal when you have guys like Mike Evans and Julio Jones in that wide receiver room, especially when they're trying to bring on all these young guys, young wide receivers to fill those holes. And I think the biggest deal is going to be like the inevitable injury that's going to happen to either Mike Evans or hopefully not Chris Godwin gets re-injured. But none of those guys can stay healthy at the same time for too long. So having somebody to fill that hole that is not going to run off the field with their shirt off and just quit in the middle of a game, it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. But I mean, we got the good news with the bad news though, because I mean Ryan Jensen's going to be out probably the whole season now, which is
is he your center or one of your guards? Your center. That's bad.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Well,
plus, I mean, he's the I'd say probably the emotional leader of the team, which is a massive deal because that guy's just an absolute dog out there.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Ryan Jensen.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
I was trying to share the images from Commanders training camp, but my laptop's not letting me share it for some reason. There's about 3 people there. The game. You could literally, like, I could drive out to. Did they do it in Richmond still, or is it in fucking? It might just be in Ashburn, which is like not that far from me. I could drive up and stand right next to the players for hours, just chill, hang out, watch. But why would I want to do that? You know?
Yeah, I remember when they called the Bucks. Like we used to go to training camp like all the time. It was like just Jameis Winston and everybody, and you can get in. But I mean, when they got Tom Brady, there's a waiting list for like 2 weeks, and there's like a little section where you could get like standing room tickets. You could stand in a line like hours before, so you had to get there like 6 a.m. It was insane. Absolutely.
Just to get in?
Yeah.
Damn, it runs a little bit different up here.
Yeah.
They actually pay you to come. They pay you to come to the games and to come to the training camps. Unbelievable. Yeah, apparently our offense looked terrible in minicamp the other day. Not really a shocker. I don't know. Maybe our defense just looked really good. I guess that's a pretty decent excuse.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. Super Bowl bounce. Yes, sir, Kitch. Yes, sir. Okay. And then Kyler Murray. Why would they come out? Like, why from both sides? Who would even want that information released that Kyler Murray now has to do 4 hours of homework a week?
Yeah.
In his new contract, because it makes Kyler Murray look bad. It makes it look like he's not doing his due diligence, his fucking homework, and it makes the Bucks look bad. It makes the Cardinals look bad for paying him all this money if he doesn't deserve it. And people are saying that already, but if the guy doesn't study, if he doesn't work, it makes you guys look bad for paying him and including that clause. I'm curious on your thoughts about it. Who would release that? Yeah. It's a shit show.
I mean, the whole way that the Cardinals, and I don't want to say Kyler Murray, because I mean, I'm sure he's not the one that's putting a lot of the information out, but the way that it's been handled from all angles, this whole situation, this whole dispute, whatever, it's atrocious. Like there's no reason that all this information should be made out to the public. It doesn't make anybody look good in any scenario. And I know obviously stuff gets leaked. It's not all intentional, but figure it out. Figure it out, honestly. Like it's tough. And even worse, the fact that they came out and said they took it out of the contract. Like,
see, now they're just covering their ass.
Yeah.
That's dumb. They took it. Oh shit, my bad. They took it out. Well, they probably didn't. They probably said they'll take it out, and they're like, we still need to see you do homework because we don't trust you.
Yeah.
If you put it in there, you put it in there for a reason. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I saw a funny comment in here. Yeah, we had such a bad offensive showing in our first day that our wide receiver converted tight end retired on spot. Gandy Golden. Do you even know who that guy is? Have you heard of him?
I do.
Antonio Gandy Golden. I think he went to Liberty or some shit. I don't know what we were thinking. We drafted him in like the 3rd round a couple years ago. Fucking idiots. God. Camp was so bad the other day. He goes, fuck it, I just quit. I'm going back to school.
Yeah. He's done.
Oh, hilarious. And then, somebody had a good point earlier. Zion has like a similar thing. I guess not exactly the same, That like he's got to keep his weight and body fat percentage under 300 pounds or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like why don't we just keep this shit off the books? Like you're telling me you guys can't just like come to a virtual behind the scenes type thing with this and keep that a little hush hush so your player and so your organization doesn't look like idiots?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
In that situation, kind of the NBA is
It's that one's a little bit less dramatic, I guess, and makes more sense.
It also, I would think, makes more sense for Zion's camp to release that, especially if he's not insanely content with staying in New Orleans, which is a very real possibility.
I mean, he's getting the bag.
I mean, he is, but I mean, he can go anywhere and get the bag still.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the NBA. NBA money translates.
That's a good point. Yeah, maybe he's like, F this. I don't even want to. I want to work and be better, but when I'm on the Pelicans, I want the Pelicans.
Yeah. I mean, the Pelicans, they have a bright future. I mean, we saw in the playoffs at the end of the year last year, they looked fantastic.
I mean, yeah, what does he want to be spoon-fed and be placed on the Lakers with LeBron? Like, grow up and do it yourself, dude.
I don't know. I really don't. We'll see, though.
We will see. I do agree they're underrated. I wish they still had Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I thought that kid was a bucket.
Yeah,
biased, of course. He went to VT, but people forget he's Shai Gilgeous' half brother.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Not as good though. No way Bubik squeaks out a win against Garrett Cole today, right? Plus 300.
I mean, it's definitely worth a shot at that price.
Anytime you see a plus 300, it's worth sprinkling.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, no major league team, I don't care who you are, belongs being minus 400, minus 410, wherever the Yankees are.
Literally minus 405. It's so dumb. So dumb.
Terrible.
Should be a safe lay pace.
Should, yeah. Was it minus 1.5 or like minus 200?
It's definitely not even minus 1.5. It's minus 2.5 at minus 115.
Jesus Christ.
You can't even get plus money on minus 2.5 in a random baseball game the week before the trade deadline when people don't give a shit. This is like when, put the trophy up. Flash it. Perfect. Thank you. This is like when Ben Carey had a great point during the NBA when we were all betting the NBA on Trent Stream or whatever.
Yep.
Popular time, and Ben came on a week before the All-Star break and was like, all right, guys, I'm going to say something smart that people aren't going to like. Don't bet the NBA the week before the All-Star break because people's heads seem to be in a different place. It's the same shit with MLB, if not worse. One game doesn't mean shit. These guys don't care about one game. They got 162 of them.
Yeah.
And half these guys on the Royals, maybe not as much anymore, but they don't know if they're going to wake up and be on the fucking Royals tomorrow. I mean, Benintendi literally found out at 11:30 p.m. the night before and still stayed with the team the night after because he found out so late the night before that he was getting traded to the Yankees and then suited up for the Yankees the next day, which I think is so fucking weird, and then goes back to the hotel with the Royals. This brings me to my next point. The players don't know shit. I don't know if you've noticed in some of these interviews or when these guys get mic'd up, Trey Mancini yesterday, these guys don't know shit. And maybe they know more than they act like they know to make them look better. I don't know. But from what it sounds like, I don't think these guys know what team they're going to be on tomorrow.
No, not a clue.
So how are you going to lay a minus 400 when you don't even know where guys' heads are at? It's so dumb. And also, do you think it's fucked up? This brings me to another talking point, which is more important than this one stupid minus 400 Yankees game. Do you think it's fucked up that these players literally have no clue where they're going to be playing the next day? Or do you think, are you along the lines of, I don't give a shit, these guys are making $1 bazillion, who cares? They'll be fine.
I mean, I think there could be definitely a better job of informing and communicating with the players. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business, so I understand that side of it. Especially come trade deadline team. Like, I mean, a lot of these guys like Benintendi, he knows he knows at the end of the trade deadline or at the end of the month or whatever, he's not going to be in Kansas City.
Right.
So, I mean, it's the business side of it that I get, but a better job could be done on both sides.
Yeah, I read an article. It always comes back to the Nats for me, I know. But I read an article. Did I send it to you guys about the Trey Turner thing where he synced up with the Washington Post writer when the team was out in LA? This is bad. I might need to pull a quote from this because it's bad. Some background. Okay, Trey Turner wanted to be a national his whole life. He said if we offered him anything close to what he thought he was worth, he would have taken it. We offered him one time, or I think we offered him twice, and we lowballed him. We offered him like $100 million. And this was after Lindor got his absolute bag, and Trey Turner and his agent were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If Lindor's getting this bag, I should be getting the same thing. Because in my opinion too, Trey Turner's better. So he sat down with the Nats beat reporter who he knew from, being on the Nats for almost 10 years. And this is what he said. I ended up betting on myself every step of the way. I got offered multiple contract extensions while with the Nationals. And with both of them, I thought I still had better baseball to play. I thought I proved that. I don't know if I played too well or something. I don't know what happened, but I wanted to play for them for the rest of my career. If they offered something even close to what I thought I was worth, I probably would have took it and I'd still be there. But obviously they didn't do that. He came out and said that along with a bunch of other things. He was talking about the Soto situation, talking about how the communication between Trey Turner and the Nationals was so poor and how he was almost blindsided by getting traded to the Dodgers last year. Trey Turner is not a city guy. He's a country dude. I think he's from Nashville or something like that. He doesn't care. He was comfortable. He was not looking to go out and play in LA.
Yeah.
Got moved, felt disrespected, felt poorly treated by the Nats. He's still pissed. Him and Juan Soto are best friends. You don't think that had some effect on Soto's will to want to come back and play on that Nats team? I think that kind of fucked him over too. I'm disappointed in the Nationals. The one guy that came out and said he would have taken a fucking hometown discount, the one guy, Trey Turner, we didn't give it to him, and we decided to pay a bunch of other guys or let people walk. Garbage. Absolute garbage. No wonder why Juan Soto has no fucking loyalties anymore to the Nats. They treated his best friend, who's debatably one of the best shortstops in baseball, like he was a fucking cum rag. Useless. Terrible, disgusting, disappointing. It is what it is. It's a business, but treat your fucking players who overperform and go out there every day on the field and play their hearts out and give you the results. Treat them well.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even do that. The one guy you said, if they offered me somewhere close to what I thought I was worth, I would have taken it, even if it was, a couple mil short. That's the one guy we don't pay. The one guy who said he wanted to be a national for life. We're idiots. I thought that story was disappointing and ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Gosh. I wonder why Soto's, he wants to just get out of here probably. I can't even imagine what's going on behind the scenes. Can't be good. It can't. This is stuff that we hear in public. Imagine what's going on in those meeting rooms.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Disgusting. All right. We've got 25 minutes-ish. We've got a lot of baseball games tonight. Yep. Let's cut the shit. Let's get into some of these. Bassett versus Alcantara. We see Alcantara as a dog.
Yeah.
Are you thinking he's a dog because he's going to lose? Or are you thinking that's mispriced because the Mets are way better? What are you thinking about this line? Because this line confuses me a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. The Mets are clearly the better team, especially with the way the Marlins lineup is right now between injuries and the fact that they're just bad. But it seems like the Mets are going to win this game, but are you going to catch me fading Sandy? No, not a chance. Zero chance.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I think this is priced where I just stay away.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
The line's moving back towards Miami. Looks like they opened up as more of a dog than they are right now. But the line's moving back. All the money's coming in on Miami. Shocker. Not really. Yeah. People love betting on Sandy. For good reason. He's a beast. anytime you see Sandy as an underdog, though, it's probably for good reason, especially with how heavily bet he is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you on that. Unfortunately, it's probably Mets or nothing here, and it's probably going to be nothing for me. I don't feel like fading Sandy. I think I'm with you on that.
100%.
Yeah. Baltimore Cincy, the pitching matchup of the day, Bradish versus Mike Minor. That's what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah. This is a weird one.
Oh,
really weird one.
What are you thinking? What's your thoughts here?
I mean, we know that at this point, the Orioles are the much better team, obviously. But I mean, we're looking at Bradish minus 130. Is he really that much of an upgrade, if an upgrade at all, from Mike Minor? I don't really think so. That's why the line is even that much more confusing to me.
So Bradish is either coming back from injury or coming back from the minors.
I think it's from the minors, if I'm not mistaken.
So maybe he's figured something out that we don't know down there. It makes me feel better backing him if he's coming out from the minors and not coming back from an injury, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, somebody in the chat can double check that. But I mean, I don't think he's going to do good either. I think it's just not this is the hottest take, but I think it's going to be which pitcher is going to get shelled the least. Because I mean, total's at 10, been climbing since it came out. I think really all the batters for both sides, all the hitters are just pretty fantastic matchups. So I can't really say any pitcher is going to come out here and surprisingly shove. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it looks like he's
figure something out.
He was on the Norfolk Tides. I mean, he gave up 4 runs in 20 innings. So he pitched well. Down there, they're saying, fuck it, bring him back up. I mean, maybe they'll probably take out Voth. I don't think they'll be missing either of those guys. I think they're fucked either way going forward. But honestly, Jovan, I had my eyes more on the total here.
I mean,
anytime we see the total in Cincinnati
at 10,
it's always a little inflated. But to be honest with you, I thought it'd be a little higher.
You thought it'd be higher than 10?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, how high have we seen these totals in Cincy recently?
I don't think there's been one higher than that.
Okay.
Higher than that, yeah. I mean, I think the highest we've seen is 10 and a half.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go back and look, but I mean, recently, they played the Marlins, who literally don't score compared to the Orioles, which is tough to read, but it was at 9, 8.5, 8.5, and 9. And they also played the Cardinals before that, and it looks like they were set at 9.5, 10.5, 10. Okay. So, I mean, they were up to 10 when a good offense was, or I wouldn't even call them a good offense, but a better offense was coming around town. Now we're seeing this total at 9.5, 10 with these 2 shit pitchers. I thought it would be way higher. I thought we'd be seeing 10.5 today, 10.5, 11, in my opinion. I kind of like the under.
Yeah, I mean,
how sick of a play is that?
Yeah, I can't get behind that. I mean, it's also like I think the line literally dropped, I think, right before we got on here because that's when the pitching was finally announced, and it opened at 9.5 and went up to 10 pretty quickly. So, I mean, that might play a part in it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we see some serious movement towards 10.5 throughout the day.
Okay. So wait.
Yeah, I'd say if you're going to take the under, I would wait.
I think I am going to take the under, and I am going to wait. This guy says he doesn't like seeing me on the left and you on the right. Oh, I did it again. There we go, buddy.
There we go.
We've done it. Boom. FanDuel, Jay seeing that at 10. Yeah, I mean, I think we see an under here. I really do. I don't know. I mean, the totals were set at 10-ish for the last 2 series with teams coming into town in Cincy. Now the Orioles, who have a pretty hot offense, I wouldn't say pretty hot. I'd say average-ish, maybe a little bit above average, coming into town, and it's set at 9.5 with these 2 shit arms. Tells me Bradish and Minor might pitch a little bit better than expected today. I don't know. Maybe I'm forcing it there, but I definitely like the under.
Yeah,
I do.
I mean, I wouldn't call the Orioles offense too hot.
Yeah, I'd say they're schmeeds. I'd say they're medium right now. They're winning games, but they're not scoring a bunch of runs.
Yeah, I mean, they struck out 8 times against Ryan Yarbrough yesterday.
Yarbrough pitched. That was probably the best game I've ever seen him pitch.
Yeah, it was a masterclass.
Still find a way to lose.
Yeah, I mean, not his fault. Not his fault whatsoever. Looked lost at the plate. Then we get Josh Lowe banging a fly ball off his face for an inside the park 2-run.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then Mancini comes on the post game and literally is like, guys, I don't know if I'm going to even be on the Orioles tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Picture perfect.
Thank you so much, everybody. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. So he's either playing dumb and he knows he's about to get moved today, or he literally has no clue where he's going to be playing baseball tomorrow, which either way, both are concerning.
Well, I think that was his last time in Baltimore, regardless, if he gets traded. So I think that it was more that than last game for the Orioles.
Well, if he ends up getting moved, which I'll be very upset, but it's definitely a huge possibility. I'd say it's about 50-50. If he gets moved, he went out with a bang. Shout out Josh Lowe's face.
Yep. Yep.
But baseball is a weird sport, and maybe the baseball gods wanted to bless Mancini one more time in Baltimore.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing on that under.
Oh, that makes it even weirder, though.
But it's moving up, though.
I mean, I'm seeing it opened up at 9.5.
And yeah, but that was like 2 hours ago. That's when the line first opened. They didn't have lines for this game like all day last night, all yesterday, whatever, because Bradish wasn't confirmed yet.
Right. All right, I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna sit back and watch the line.
Yeah.
I'll sit back and watch.
Sit back and watch it because I think you're going to see some movement.
Okay. Contreras to the Mets, dude. It's not confirmed, but I see that somebody in chat said that, and that's probably where he's going to go.
Oh, they just dropped
beat.
Oh, my Lord.
What?
They just dropped the home run odds for the game, too.
For which game? The Reds game?
Yep.
What do you say?
8 guys plus 400 or under. It's a lot.
Man.
That is a lot.
It's not good.
No.
No bueno. Yeah, we'll literally be saying, fuck.
I mean, I won't be on the under even before that. But.
All right.
Just saying.
All right. No, you'd have to be a crazy person to take that under. You'd have to be literally mentally crazy.
Hey, I mean, it's right up your alley. You're hitting bets, so I can't question it.
That is true. It does kind of blow sometimes the way I bet. I look like a fucking genius freak, or I look like the dumbest person in the room. That's just how it goes. That's what I signed up for, though. Yeah. Pittsburgh. We're getting Falter versus Quintanas. You like anything in this game? Do you like any runs in this game? The total's set kind of low for these two sus arms, or I'd say Quintana's been pitching pretty well this year, but do you like anything in this game?
I guess I'd lean towards the over. I don't want to back Falter, nor I mean, it's tough. Lefties against the Pirates usually do pretty well. So I mean, if you're looking for a strikeout prop, I'm sure you get a pretty discounted line with Falter on the mound. It's never a bad idea with a lefty against the Pirates. But I mean, as far as runs go, I think we see them, but this is not like a smash spot game for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how long Falter's been going.
4
or 5 innings.
Yeah, I mean he goes 4, maybe 5, but I think that leash is going to be probably a little shaded towards the latter with the length that they got out of Wheeler yesterday, and then I think somebody else goes tomorrow. That's going to give them length, if I remember correctly. Maybe Ranger, and then it might have been Sunday. Ranger goes tomorrow, and then Nola goes Sunday.
So you think they might pull them earlier rather than later today because their bullpen's rested?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little rested. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, we're going to be super conservative and take him out after 4 if he's throwing a shutdown game or whatever. But
Right.
they won't be shy, I don't think.
I mean, his strikeout props at 4.5. This is the kind of guy I like to target.
Yeah.
For strikeout props like this. I mean, he's had over 4.5 strikeouts his last 3 starts. Granted, it was against the Cubs, Nats, and Cards.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's getting a firepower offense today in the Pirates either. So
not at all.
I might be looking to play that today.
I'm a pretty big fan of that. It's not the hottest take with the Pirates against the lefty, like I said, but
right.
Decent look.
I mean, the back end of their lineup is honestly, dude, their whole lineup is fucking disgusting, man.
It's awful. And I'm pretty sure there's still no Brian Reynolds in that lineup either.
So he's on paternity leave probably for the next night or 2.
Yeah.
How long does that last? Usually like 3 games ish.
Depends on the kid. I don't know.
Depends on the kid. How long was that? How does that whole process usually work? Can you give us a breakdown of that?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh man. Yeah, walk us through what he's going through right now, Jovan. What do you think he's saying? Okay.
Man, I don't know. We'll have to put up a diagram or something up here.
Oh,
I do kind of like this too. Alec Boehm's
he's
one of the hottest hitters in the league right now.
He's up there too.
Yeah, for runs and RBI, and they put him up the first time for fantasy score yesterday, and I was like, I don't know if I can take it at 7, and then I'm pretty sure it hit pretty easily.
Phil Zutley, bro, what are you thinking about this game? What do you think about fucking Falter strikeout prop? What do you think about anything in this game? Let me know. Yeah, you're surgical with his newborn baby angles for sure, bro.
Newborn baby angles.
All right. Is this Brewers line a little short with Woodruff on the mound, or is that just me?
I think it's a little short, but I think it's going to be partially like I'm obviously not betting the Red Sox, but I think it's partially just because they're going to score with them today. I think Austin Davis and mainly Brian Bayo is going to go out there and get lit up by this offense. He doesn't match up both lefties. He's not going to match both Yelich, Ramos, Pelez, maybe even Colton Wong. Colton Wong's up there for runs and RBI. That probably hits, to be honest with you.
Whoa.
But I think Woodruff's going to give up a couple runs today. I think there's a couple guys you can look at, especially for like prize picks. Like their lines are pretty criminally low. Like Xander Bogaerts with as well as he's sitting 5.5. That's kind of disrespectful. Even a Verdugo at 4.5, little low of a line. And yes, Bayo is pitching. He's pitching right after the opener. Austin Davis is opening for an inning, and then Bayo's doing bulk.
Grow up, CH Wing. Grow up.
Yeah. But
I mean, dude,
I think the Red Sox
at 9. The total set at 9 with Woodruff pitching. Is that everything you need to know right there? We're seeing runs.
Yeah.
We're seeing runs in this game.
100%.
Anytime you see a total with 9 with Woodruff on the mound, we're seeing runs. I lean over immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with it.
And also, Ali said Bella's gonna pitch lights out today, so he's gonna pitch like shit.
Yeah, I mean, I
like
think
you said, Red Sox fans,
better.
You take the opposite of what they say.
I think he'll be a little better because, I mean, 2 of his 3 starts have been against the Rays, which the Rays are not a great offense, but Bayo struggles against lefties, and they literally put out a lineup of 9 lefties in this first game, and I think it was 8. So I mean, 8 the second game. So I think
outsmarting them right there.
Yeah, that's what the Rays do best. And I mean, even against like the Blue Jays, who didn't stack too many lefties, they had guys like Raimel Tapia hit him up well, Kevin Biggio hit him up well. It's literally any lefty. It's absurd. Yeah. But I mean, the Brewers don't have as many, so I mean that's a possibility.
Well, they got 2 in Rowdy and Yelich, who will probably do some damage today.
Yeah, Colton Wong too.
There you go.
Sneaky.
Austin Davis is starting, guys. He's going 1 inning, and then Bellows coming in out of the pen, and we'll probably go 4, 5, 6. Who knows? 3, 2, 7. Who fucking knows?
Yep.
I mean, Ali, this is like the least surprising thing I've ever heard today.
Yep.
After watching that Red Sox defense, I mean, goodness gracious, man. You'd see a fucking therapist after watching their defense the last couple nights. Holy smokes. Yeah, I can't stop looking at Springs as a favorite today against Bieber. I'm going to be all over that today. Plain and simple.
Understandably
It
so.
is what it is. It is what it is. Bumgarner's first start back since being officially the boomer of the league after his Robles comments against Kyle Wright. Atlanta likes facing lefties. They probably destroy him today.
Yeah.
What do you think? Again, another two good pitchers with the total set at 9. It's pretty high. Pretty high total with these guys.
I mean, it did kind of go down a little bit to 8.5, but I mean, I think it's right where it's supposed to be. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like anything about this game personally. I think Bumgarner does probably get tapped up quite a bit. I think everybody's always on the Austin Riley versus a lefty thing, but I think today is a legitimate spot for it. I think he has a really good day. But yeah, I don't like anything about this game as far as just a side or a total. I feel like it's pretty unbettable, honestly.
I mean, I'm not laying Braves -1.5 because whenever I do that, they fucking lose. And I'm not laying -220. So I don't hate the over in that spot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's high.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just think
it's a little high.
There's a very well chance that the Braves are gonna have to do it all themselves. That's what I think. And I don't like betting in that scenario. Don't like betting a total there.
Speaking of do it all yourself, shout out the Dodgers last night. Catch my over, literally themselves. I had over
Trey Turner.
I mean,
everybody was just so eager to fade yesterday.
Yeah, I take partial blame for that because I think I was the one that brought that up like a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago when they played, and I was like, I've seen this dude Urania pitch against Trey Turner in the Nats and deal, and I took Trey Turner's under that day and it hit, and then yesterday,
yeah, he had a 9.5 fantasy score hit in the first inning.
No wonder why it was that high.
Yeah. They put him and Freeman late up for 1.5 runs in RBI. Just both smacked.
You know what happens when they put him up late? How late are we talking? Like we talking 30 minutes to game time?
This was like right before we did our spaces. So like what, like 4 hours before game time?
Couple hours,
yeah, it was in like its own wave, which is the most important part. Like nothing, it wasn't like 5 other things get put up. It was by itself, those two.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah, the Dodgers, they scored runs last night, to say the least. Unbelievable. Shout out the Dodgers. They came through for the boy. We got a really good game. Robbie Ray versus Verlander tonight.
Yeah.
What are we thinking here? Anything we love?
No. I think I am really so tired of betting this series and these matchups because they've happened so many times this year already. Like the specific pitching matchups, like the Urquidy, who was it yesterday? Urquidy Gilbert. That's happened like 5 times this year. So like I only bet it because everybody was very eager to fade the Astros, just like that. Like so unless we see a situation like that again today, I'm not touching this game. I don't like it. I don't love it. I'm not on anything whatsoever.
You're putting your foot down.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is pretty interesting. I think the total did move up from 7 to 7.5, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, it's kind of hanging around the spot where it's like really juiced to the under because it opened really juiced to the over. But
we'll see where it settles.
Yeah, we'll see where it settles. It's pretty interesting, but I mean,
wouldn't hate if I see that total 7.5 settle around -110. You know, each side. I wouldn't mind playing that over. I was on the over last night. Plenty of opportunities for it to hit, just didn't. One of those games where a lot of balls were hit to the warning track, a lot of balls were hit right to people, a lot of balls were hit hard. I think if you repeat that game last night, we see the over more than half the time. It is what it is. You charge it to the game. Could see it tonight with 2 good pitchers on the mounds. This is we see this all the time. We're game early, and then the next day you see something that doesn't make sense, and then the outcome you expected the day before happens. And that's literally right here. With 2 good arms, I think the game could go over today. We'll see where this line moves. If it continues to move up and finishes around 7.5 and -110 both ways, I think the over would be a go here for me.
Yep.
These offenses are too good. All it's going to take is one of these 2 arms to blow up. Probably will be Ray. But Verlander, who knows, man? Who knows?
Yep.
He's been really good this year, though. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, yeah, for sure.
He's been nice. What are we looking at for these later games? There's 4 decent games tonight. I mean, Joe Ryan versus Blake Snell. When's the last time Joe Ryan's pitched?
It's been a minute, I think.
He was hurt for a little bit, right?
I believe. I think he's coming back now, but I feel like he's had spotty starts.
And he did pitch on the 23rd.
He did.
Pitched well.
Yeah, I mean, keep me far away from that game. To be honest with
Who
you.
Who knows what's going to happen with Blake Snell? He's
I can't.
all
Yeah,
over the
I can't
place
put my
now.
money on Blake Snell, dude. He can come out and walk 6 guys, and I can't do it. Can't do it with him, and I can't do it with the Twins lineup either because they are so ridiculously inconsistent. I can't. I can't.
I don't know if Robbie's a good look today on strikeouts. Houston just doesn't strike out much.
And they've also just seen him so many times this year
Yeah.
already. It's tough to cap strikeouts like that.
Yeah, and if that total keeps moving up, it's probably going to be Robbie who's giving out most of the damage.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean, if there's any late game that kind of is getting my attention, it's this Rangers-Angels game, I would say. Martin Perez, Patrick Sandoval. I know it's kind of a weirdly low total, but I think there's going to be runs in this game.
It's a weirdly low total because these are 2 good pitchers, man.
I mean, Sandoval's is decent, but I mean, he's got
good pitchers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody's pretty out on Patrick Sandoval right now.
Yeah.
He's got a 7 ERA this month. Like he's
not
good. But I mean, I think there's going to be some runs in this game. I really do. I think the Rangers are mainly going to be those runs, especially if this total moves up without pretty likely Corey Seager out of the lineup. There's going to be some runs.
Who are we targeting?
I mean, I'm going after Marcus Semien personally because I feel like his fantasy line is 6, and he was at 5.5 against Ohtani yesterday against Patrick Sandoval, who he's had like 90% of his starts this year with 2+ walks. He's had 3 in a bunch, 4 in a bunch too. So I mean, getting to 2 points for that is ridiculous. Plus, Semien's going to be hitting leadoff. He hits well against lefties. Hits well against lefties. That I guess Sandoval really doesn't have overpowering stuff. I mean, he has decent stuff, but he's not blowing 96 by you or anything.
He's a slider guy, isn't he?
Yeah, slider changeup. That's like his top 50-something%. So, I mean, he's gonna have to try and finesse you by, especially against a righty. So
Okay.
I'm going after Marcus Semien just because I feel like that number at 6 flat it's a little low.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
You're not targeting your guy Garcia today?
He doesn't
Not yet.
have anything, I don't think.
Ooh.
Which is interesting. Yeah, only Seager, who's probably not going to play, and Semien are up for fantasy scores.
Well, maybe they'll put some late stuff up and we can hammer.
I'm always scared when they put late fantasy scores up because those don't ever hit. But I mean, if they put like bases or something up, I mean they have a couple weird guys up for total bases, half a total base. But
okay,
I think there's going to be runs. Speaking of weird half total bases, guess who's up today for total bases against Shane Bieber?
I'm pulling up your lineup. Are we seeing Betancourt? Don't tell me Betancourt's up there.
No, worse.
Worse?
Walls?
No way.
Yep.
He's hitting last today, probably.
Wherever he is. He has no business. Absolutely no business being up.
You don't care if he's just coming in for one pinch hit.
He has no business being on this board. No business.
Oh, dude, don't make me do it.
You don't have to do it, but I'm
all right. I'll do it. Fine.
There's a lot of weird ones today. I mean, like Walls is up.
All right.
Tapia for the Jays is not just up for half a base; he's up for 1.5 bases.
Okay.
Matt Vierling 1.5 bases for the Phils.
What?
Yeah. There's also four Royals up against Garrett Cole for half a base. I mean, there's a lot.
Well, it seems like we might have to dig into some of these props.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a spacious
You got time for spaces? You seem a little excited about these props today. A lot of options.
Yeah, I'm way more excited than the last couple days. That's for damn sure.
All right. Well, let's get after it.
Yep.
Let's get after it, guys. Thanks for coming. We got to pass the torch off to the GOAT. Trent, take over. Take us home. It's Friday. It's the weekend, ladies and gents. Let's hit some bets today. Jovan will run the spaces later for the people. They need it. Whenever you get excited about props, I get excited about props. Time to dig in. And I'll leave you guys with this. Raise them out. Shit's hitting. Don't know why they're a favorite today against fucking Bieber, but we'll take it. That's a huge telltale sign right there. I think you can agree with me there, Jovan. That's sketch.
Yeah, really.
I'll be all over it. That's sketch. All right, my man. Happy Friday. Chat, thanks for coming. Big week next week on BTL. Super excited. But for now, we get ready for the bets tonight. Units will be deployed. Bets will be hit. Let's stay hot. All right, my man. Let's stay hot. Thanks, my man.